Hey Eric.
Hey Elizabeth, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Hey Melanie. Hey Bray. I'm gonna kick out my little. Hmm. You can kick out my fireflies if you want to.
Okay.
I think it's district policy that we don't have it there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Hey Ashley. Hey Abby. Hey
Good
Melanie.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great.
I was kicking myself, Ashley. We took no pictures at the parade.
Oh, did not.
Did you take any?
I didn't.
I totally forgot. I took a selfie with Amazin's mom at the end. So I was
Um,
like, we at least have to have one picture.
yeah.
Hey Allison.
Howdy.
All right, Steve had just texted saying that he might be running a few minutes late. So maybe we'll give him a couple of minutes for a few more people to join.
Hey Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Trying to stay warm.
Right?
Aren't you guys excited for another potential wintry mix this weekend?
No. We had all of our plans for the Strengthening Families Partnership training on Friday and Saturday, and they just postponed it. So now
Oh
we are
man.
ready for the next time we have that. But yeah, I'm hoping it stays warm and does not do anything wintry other than rain. Hey, Miss McLean.
Hi.
Hello. I know we're running a minute or two late here. Let's give them one more minute. I think we're waiting on Taylor and Steve and Toby. So,
We have 7 board members right now, I think. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
all right, I think we'll go ahead and get started. And hopefully they'll join us here shortly. So, it's 5:03, and I will call the meeting to order. Um, Abby, do you have attendance taken care of? Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. First item on the agenda is shout outs.
I have a shout out for Dorothy for like planning all of STEAM month for us, and she brought in bricks for kids, which was a really awesome experience for our scholars. So just want to give her a big shout out for that.
And she rejoined us just in time. Dorothy, I don't know if you heard your shout out. So
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm driving. I'm in traffic, and it just keeps cutting off. But thank you. Appreciate it.
I feel like we could give Dorothy a various shout out at every meeting. So thank you. All right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to manage multiple screens and just trying to pull the agenda back up. All right. Next item on the agenda is any public comment.
So it's more of a question.
Okay.
So I was wondering, did we figure out if we doing the for middle school, are they doing the learner huts or we are going to do the bottom? And how would that look for the parking lot?
Yes, great question. That is something that we'll be discussing later tonight in executive session is the facility. We have a couple of new exciting leads, but have to go through the proper hoops before we can share those out, but we hope to be able to share that within the next week or so. I know that it's taken way longer than any of us would have liked, and I apologize that it's dragged on, but just trying to find the most suitable site for sixth grade. All right, any other public comment? Okay, next item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the December 17th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Thank you, Allison.
Second.
Thank you, Pooh. Any questions or discussion? All right, hearing none. Please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, that motion passes unanimously. Thank you. The next item on the agenda was governance, and I was just going to give everyone an update that I had met with Pooh, and we're working on just various board surveys. Wanted to find a meaningful way to get input from the board in terms of how we can make this as impactful as possible for you personally for your time, and then also just get any additional feedback that you'd like to share. So just be expecting something in the next couple of meetings in regards to that. And there was nothing today on the fundraising committee, I believe, unless Abby, I don't think we had any updates, did we?
No updates.
Okay. And next on the agenda, Steve has not quite joined yet, is finance. Tell you what, Elizabeth, do you want to go ahead and share your report?
I'm
We can go
happy
through that
to.
while we're waiting on Steve.
Do we need to make a motion to change the order of the agenda?
Yes.
we do. Yes, thank you. All right, I'd like to make a motion that we place the director's report ahead of finance on the agenda until our treasurer arrives. Is there a
So
second?
moved. Second.
Thank you, Pooh. Any questions or discussion? All right, hearing none, all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Motion is approved. All right, Elizabeth.
All right. I have a volunteer from the board to read our mission statement from my presentation. You guys should all have it in your email.
I'll do it.
Thanks.
Mission statement: Compass Collegiate Academy provides every scholar with the academic foundation and strong habits that inspire and cultivate lifelong learners who lead purposeful civic lives.
Awesome. Thank you, Melanie. So for weeks 19 to 21, Nisa and I have been working on some applications for grants. So we submitted one for a college and career readiness grant where we would be able to have funding for our middle school model, where we will be taking one field trip a week to a local business. So to build upon our entrepreneurial spirit that we're building with Scholars Market, 6th through 8th graders will have the opportunity to visit at least 30 businesses each year and really get to learn about the local economy and see how everything works. And so this grant aligns with that. So we submitted that and we'll keep our fingers crossed. We marched in the MLK Day Parade. We implemented a new hiring platform called Jazz HR. We hired Miss Kamara, a new certified teacher. Miss Simmons, our sped teacher and coordinator, resigned, and we're actively hiring for her position right now. We have Bricks for Kids that I mentioned about Dorothy arranging, which was really cool. Our scholars got that opportunity to tap into their engineering and creativity side and build some Ferris wheels that were motorized, which were really cool. We did a full day of PD before we came back from winter break. And then some of that was led directly by iReady trainers. We also did a day-to-day for every single grade team. So Mrs. Zuber did a great job of leading those day-to-days so we could really work deeply in internalizing curriculum and ensuring that teachers were really prepared and felt confident leading instruction into the second semester given the data that we have from iReady. We had our Quarter 2 award ceremony. We also, as many of you know, the state law that says if any scholar scores in the lowest category on SC Ready, they are required to repeat unless they meet a good cause exemption. So we've been scheduling and holding all of those meetings with parents and families. We also began a Wednesday walkthrough schedule. So a lot of times we're all very siloed in our own work, and we really wanted our teachers to also gain great insights from each other and to foster collaboration. So we have started a Wednesday walkthrough schedule so our teachers are able to get out and see one another. And before break, we had holidays around the world and our choir performance. So we're always keeping busy and have a lot of great things happening. In relation to our Big Five goals, we're looking really positive right now in terms of our scholars on growing on average 1.3 grade levels on iReady. We did not do observations these past 2 weeks because we prioritize our day-to-days with teachers. So we'll hopefully be back at that with getting every teacher observed at least once a week for at least 20 minutes starting tomorrow. And then we've got a few pictures from our award ceremony and some work being done in our school building. For our look ahead, Scholars Market begins February 4th. We need 28 volunteers. We have 12 right now. So board members, it's a great way to get involved if you're interested. February 4th is the orientation, and then it's 8:15 to 9:30 every Wednesday morning for 8 weeks until April 1st, when all of that culminates in our actual Scholars Market, where our scholars sell the goods or services that they have created. January 30th is our science fair from 5:30 to 6:30. We still need volunteer judges, so another great way to get involved, or if you know anybody, we are looking for people who are not connected directly to kids at our school. So while we appreciate parents wanting to volunteer, we want to make sure our judges are unbiased. So if you can do that or you know someone who can, please let us know. February 3rd, we have the NAEP testing and AEP. That is a national test that is given to kids across the country. You all have probably read multiple articles in the past that cite NAEP scores. So our school was randomly selected to be a testing site for this year. So Ms. Brailov has been working closely with the NAEP team to make sure all of our devices are ready, and we are ready to execute that with our 4th grade in just a couple weeks. And then February 8th is a Sunday, and that is CCA Day at Edmonds Oast. So Edmonds Oast has generously offered to donate $1 off of every beverage that's purchased. So we hope to see you there. We also conducted a middle school parent survey for our current 5th grade parents. And some of the priorities and what stuck out was preparation for high school. Next up was character development and values, and then followed by student voice and leadership. For the academic focus, the financial literacy and life skills scored highest there, which I think ties nicely into our idea of and our model for middle school of really getting a deep understanding of how finances work and, both personally and then also within a whole, economic system of our community, and thinking about different businesses and different structures and really getting an idea of what they do and do not want to do when they go into the working world. With electives, technology, media, and design was most popular. And I think that clubs and extracurricular activities are incredibly important for our rising sixth grade families as well. And most parents preferred some sort of academic club like math, science, and robotics. In terms of sports, parents really wanted to see some competitive team sports as well. So those are all things that we are keeping in mind as we are planning forward.
Elizabeth, do you have anything that you could share with the board for Scholars Market that we could forward to friends?
Absolutely. We've got a one-page flyer with a QR code that makes it really easy to scan and sign up with all the information that I'm happy to send.
Awesome. Thank you.
Sure thing. In terms of attrition this month, we ended up at -1. Overall, we had a lot of families who had some things come up recently in the past couple days. And so we've just seen a lot of movement in and out in the past few days. So we'll have some more solid numbers for you next month as well. In terms of discipline data, we have definitely seen a decrease in the number of slacks being sent across the school. So you can see in the presentation, weeks 20 and 21, you don't see anything there. That's actually winter break. So the 2 bars there, the first week back and then the second week back, that are showing much lower incidence overall, and particularly notable is that there really have been almost no slacks in kindergarten. When the behaviors are happening is fairly consistent. Where they're happening is fairly consistent. And our suspension data looks very similar to what it was last time. It's very representative when broken down by race of our student population, with a higher percentage of boys than girls. Marcus connected us with a really great resource, Miss Burrows. So I'm meeting with her tomorrow to get signed up for their alternative certification program that she has gotten approved for schools in our district. And it is the most cost-effective and time-effective program that we have come across from what we know. So we're hoping to get that set up for next year. If teachers pass their praxis exams in the area of certification by June 1st and apply, they get assigned a mentor teacher, and for a small fee can gain their certification by doing a number of activities with their mentor teacher that all directly align to their success in the classroom. We also put in a letter to Teach for America to try to partner with them to be a placement site for their core members as well. And then in terms of iReady data, similar to what I shared last meeting, I think last meeting we had a snapshot of reading. So now we have all the data for the school for reading and for math. We saw tremendous growth. We saw our scholars who were 2 or more grade levels behind significantly decrease, and our scholars who are at or above grade level significantly increase in both reading and math. So when you're looking at these slides, the grayed out kind of smaller bar on the bottom is where our scholars were in fall, and then in the winter before break is the bolded top bar. The next 2 slides show that same data broken down by different areas of reading and different domains in math. And then obviously we want all of our scholars to be in that top right quartile for high performance and high growth. We can see both in reading and math that as a school, we are above the median percent typical growth achieved. So we're definitely performing better than schools across the nation. And we are slowly moving into that top right quartile. So that's a lot of what our day-to-day is focused on, or what are those skills our scholars really need, and how do we make sure that we're giving them the opportunities to learn and grow. And then the next few slides show scholars being read to in the morning by Miss Julie, one of our bug projects in first grade, and then a couple other pictures of CCA life. Any questions for me?
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth. I think just on time. Steve is joining us now, so let's give him a second. Hey, Steve. Welcome, and you are on the hot seat now. So if you want to go ahead and take us through December finances.
Hopefully you haven't been waiting for me.
Nope, we just amended the agenda slightly, but Elizabeth just finished her presentation, so.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Sorry to be late, everyone. So December, I think the important part on December is we're at the mid-year point, right? So halfway through the year, I think we finished December strong. I'm hoping that part of the update from the fundraising committee was that we actually collected on the dollars we raised in November, which was kind of the big highlight for the month. Otherwise, it was largely break even, I think, from a cash flow perspective. So, but I don't have any major concerns. I know the materials were shared last night, so I'm hopeful everybody went through those in detail. When I look at it, the performance versus budget, 50% through the year, we were roughly 50% through the budget, right? Both from a revenue and expense perspective. So, there's always areas of opportunity on the top line, but generally the team's been doing a nice job managing the costs. So we spent quite a bit of time talking about that, talking about risks that we see in the second half. I'd say nothing overly material. There's obviously always some things that we're managing through, but generally halfway through the year, we're in a pretty good spot, I think, relative to the budget that was laid out at the beginning of the year. From an enrollment perspective, we gained a little bit of ground, although that's always a little bit of a moving target. I think we were at 213 as of a week ago, potentially gave an update earlier that would contradict that, but we're within reason. So with that, I might pause and see if there are any questions from the board related to the financials that we shared last night. Okay, with no questions, Eric, I know we talked middle school and I'm trying to go fast. I think that's what we were attempting to do, but I think we'll park that for executive session.
Yep. Yeah. And I guess the only two updates I would add is that we renewed our letter of credit with Pinnacle, just in case, as cash gets tight generally at the beginning of the school years to have. And we've also, per the previous board meeting's approval, just had an exploratory call with GT3 Consulting to help us with financial planning for the next few years. So that work should begin shortly.
Steve, I do have one question. This is very minor, but there were two line items, one being private donations and the other donations and contributions. What's the difference?
It's a good question. I don't know that we got into the details. Elizabeth, I might look to you.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to answer that. So the other donations and contributions could come from grants. So we wanted to separate out any money that was given from a private donor and then any money that we've been awarded through a grant.
Thank you.
Sorry, Pooh, I remember seeing that email come across and I forgot to respond to you. So any other questions? All right. We do have a facility discussion that I'd like to occur in executive session. So I will make a motion that we go into executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Abby. Any questions or discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Let's see. And Miss McLean and Miss Smith, I'm happy to have somebody text you when we come back out of executive session if there's any action that needs to occur at the meeting. But otherwise, I'm not quite sure. This is our first time live streaming. I'm not sure how to, I guess we could move people to different rooms. I don't know, Elizabeth, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, we also have to stop live streaming for executive session.
True, right, exactly. Okay.
So I think if there's a way, I'm not sure how you have it set up with the live stream. I know you figured that out, so also shout out to you for that, Eric. But we'd probably have to either just hop on a separate Zoom, maybe, or like stop it and restart it.
Okay. I think we can, yeah, we can stay on the same one, and then I guess maybe if we just ask either, let's see, sorry. I thought I had worked through this, and the live stream is working, but
because if it's live streaming, then it is
exactly.
strictly live.
Yeah, and I will pause it. I will pause the live stream when we're in executive session. I just wanted to make sure to respect Miss McLean and Miss Smith. Just what the easiest way would be if we should just text them when we're rejoining and starting the session, or if they wanted just to stay on the live stream, then I guess they would be alerted. But I think we have to remove them from the Zoom at this point.
Yeah. What would you all like, Miss McLean and Miss Smith?
Text would be fine. This is Keisha.
Okay.
And I'm
Sounds
logged
good.
in via Zoom. I'm not on the live stream.
Yeah, I'm not on live as well. I'm on Zoom.
Got you. It's our first live stream.
Yeah, thank you for your patience, and I will have Elizabeth text you, and I promise we'll have a better system for the next meeting. So,
Okay.
That might just have to be the system though, unless we can put someone in like a waiting room.
yeah, it may just need to be rooms. The live stream thing was a lot more challenging than I had initially expected, just with YouTube and everything. But it is working. So anyway, we'll get to that. So
Okay. So are we fully not live streamed, not recorded right now? We are.
that is correct. There are no bots or anything. And yes.
Do you want Braylov and Zuber to stay for executive session, or do they need to go?
That's up to you. It doesn't make a difference to me.
It's fine for them to stay.
Okay.
I'm just looking at it just to make sure. It does say on mine, like if I hover over, it looks like the YouTube thing still says it's broadcasting. So I didn't know if that was the live stream.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Yes, it's still live
So I didn't know
streaming.
if that was
It is
the
still
live.
okay.
It is. It's still live streaming.
Got it. Let me